Dan the Glass Man here. You're watching the Glass Man's World. So right now, I wanted to kind of go over a little bit of what I've been doing in the last week. I'm pretty sure you guys have all been following this story here in Lahaina and Maui, in Kula, Hawaii, and the fire raging out of control, starting, I believe, August 7th, August 8th, and really getting out of control. And the situation is just slowly unfolding right now. We're getting more information day by day, moment by moment. Actually, a lot of the individuals that had to escape with their lives, they have been without any sort of phone signal, any internet, any sort of connections. Um, we're hearing now reports that there were no there was no power and no internet at 5 a.m. in the morning, and power lines were also down early in the day, but there were no fires started at that point. So um, right now I have these videos here that I wanted to share with you. There's 103 videos that I've compiled here. I don't know if you can see them. Let me see if I can zoom in for you here. And you'll be able to see there's 103 videos here in the Glassman's World, the Maui fires. Right now, this is the last video that I've updated, and you can see just so many of the different videos that I've put in the list here, and 103 videos, and probably, gosh, I guess it's been it's the 19th now, officially the 19th. It's after midnight right now, and I started watching a lot of these videos. So these are all, streamed from a day ago. So everything from like here on up are all new videos that I haven't even covered yet. So everything from the chaotic Maui evacuation here, security videos, the angry prepper. I haven't watched this one actually. It's an hour long. MEMA had resigned. So the individual who says that he does not regret activating sirens in this, what they're saying is the world's, or the deadliest fire in U.S. history. So I don't know if you guys are seeing this, but they're talking about it being like the deadliest fire in U.S. history already, even though they don't even know how many individuals. As of 2 days ago, we're up to about 110 officially, is what they're reporting. Now they've slowly been releasing the numbers, with 50, then 80, then 90, then 99. They stopped at 99, then reached 100, 105, and it kept going on. I believe we've covered Tulsi being on the grounds here, and speaking about Representative Ellie Cochran. Very emotional video here. So these videos are all available for you guys to watch. They're all public, and I noticed that there's a way that you can collaborate and have other individuals share their videos onto here as well. This video right here, Fire Chief left behind, or left everyone behind during the Hawaii fire. There's a video of the families that are leaving. So let me see if I can find that. Families flee wildfires into ocean as Maui boats aid fire relief efforts. This one right here by Jonathan Petramala, uploaded 3 days ago. This video right here, right in the beginning of it, it talks about the fire captain fleeing. You know, we can actually go into these videos and kind of show you what's going on here. Let me just zoom out a little bit. So, computer's slow here. Sorry about that. But if you bear with me here, let me zoom in so you can see it just a little bit better.
Across the street from me lives a fire department captain. I talked to him. We hung out on his roof for about an hour, and he said that I'm packing up my kids and leaving. I'm like, well, if you're leaving, I'm leaving.
See that? So this video right here, families flee the wildfires into ocean as Maui boats aid fire relief efforts, by Jonathan Petramala. So make sure that you check out his video here, and it's this one right here, families flee wildfires into ocean as Maui boats aid fire relief efforts. I'll try to make sure to get this in the description below or in the comments below so you can watch that right away. There's a lot of videos. Dramatic video shows family escaping into ocean. Our church here in Albuquerque is connected, and so they'll be helping. So you can help. If you're local here, you can help send donations, I believe, through them. This woman survived in the homeless woman survived in the men's bathroom. So right here at about, I don't know, when was this? 3 days ago, evacuees cast doubt on county's explanation of how the fire unfolded. So for a while, and pretty much since the beginning, the get-go, you know, they were trying to keep everyone from, you know, allowing them to tell you what's going on and share their stories. Everyone had no internet signal, no computers, no way, no connection, no communications out. So these stories are just unfolding right now. You know, it's pretty crazy. Tulsi Gabbard on the grounds, and then Ellie Cochran. So, and then this is the video I uploaded about the fire chief leaving everyone behind. This is another video. It talks about, I believe, Ellie Cochran's video, and I forget which other one. Possible DNA grab. Everyone's talking about it being a land grab, but now they're asking for residents to submit their DNA in order to help with identifying victims or figuring out who is next of kin, things like that. So a lot of individuals are saying that that's now, that might be what's going on. I've been watching this individual, All Good Things and All Good Time, and he's been kind of, you know, his videos show him just casually walking out, and somehow he just somehow just gets out of there by the grace of God. And I've been following his story and how, you know, he's going to, you know, the different side of the island now and having to travel on one side of the island in Maui. You know, everything's like, you know, open for business and, you know, business as usual. And then on the other side, closer to Lahaina, everything's shut down and you got to wait in line, and places are closed early and all this stuff. So it's pretty interesting. This individual, Kelly Casper, she has a very emotional connection with living there, and she tells a very beautiful description of life on Hawaii. There's so many things. This individual waiting days for help. I believe he was waiting for 4 days before he could finally get help. No one knew he was out there still with family, I believe. So many things, you guys. Police prevent animal organization from feeding starving cats after fire. So this kind of stuff is going on, guys. So you have a lot of individuals who are local, the local residents, the natives there. They're really trying to help and bring all the supplies and everything that everyone needs. And then you've got the officials who are getting in the way and not allowing for supplies and everything to get to where they need to be. This is when the toll rises to 110. Aerial footage. We got raw drone footage of all of it here on fire. Tulsi Gabbard again on the grounds, speaking with individuals. A lot of stuff going on with the connection with Oprah and how her land didn't burn, but everything next to it is, and how she's probably gonna plan to buy everything that's next to her. Chaotic evacuation, Maui evacuation. Police block exits as wildfire forces ocean escape. This is another Jonathan Petramala, and he shows, what it was like escaping and individuals in their vehicles and having to flee their vehicles, basically park it on the side of the road or in some sort of parking lot and get out and run for cover in the ocean. And also, in that situation, he's also uncovering the fact that all the vehicles were getting rerouted in circles. And at that point too, if you're noticing, there's already power lines down, but there's no fires right there where they're touching the ground and in the grass and all these things. So I'm thinking, my own personal opinion is that they're going to be using the power lines as the reason why they were down, but there were no winds at that point when they were down in the early part of the day. The winds really didn't kick up until like right when the fires were raging. So, there was some winds right as it was starting and everything, but it wasn't that bad during the day. Security video appears to show what triggered deadly Maui fire. And they show like some sort of a spark and then something catching there. And I've seen two videos now where it shows the possible fire that got triggered, and they're two separate places. So one of them's a spark, and then there's another one this one's closer. So I don't know. MEMA head resigns after saying that he does not regret not activating the siren. So this is one of the biggest things right here, guys, is that this individual resigns, trying to get away from... He should be held accountable for his actions and for not sounding the alarm. I don't know what the excuses are. I believe what I've heard is that he said their air conditioners were on and they weren't going to be able to hear it anyways. And he was worried that if he sounded the alarm at that point, that everyone was going to be going up into the mountain where it was hard roads and they were going to go into the fire, which is what the police were doing. They were rerouting everyone in circles. Several videos, guys. I will try to pull one up so you can see exactly how they're rerouting. This one here probably shows it really well. Let's see if we can get one that's not as long. But he doesn't regret not sounding the alarm. Had he sounded the alarm, had the fire chief told people, hey, there's a fire raging and I'm about to leave, he was watching it for 45 minutes to an hour, and then he took off. And then the MEMA head resigns, and now he's taking off. So, what, no one's taking any accountability for any of this? Iam Tongi sings a song to Lahaina and Maui, starting all over again, a new song. This one here, how's Maui fire deadliest fire without a total fatality count yet? How is that even possible for them to even say that? And then there's it talks about the Chicago fire being actually the deadliest fire in U.S. history. But somehow the Maui fire is considered the deadliest fire in U.S. history. Oh, here's another Lahaina man captures video of suspected cause of the fire. So there's a spark right there. Recovery complicated due to the state of the remains. A lot of individuals I heard are saying that, and I don't want to sound gruesome or anything, but if you can just consider the way a hot dog looks when you microwave it, that individuals are saying that that's kind of what some of the casualties are looking like, and that they're hard to identify. They're not just like burned and charred, but that it's even more gruesome than that. Archie Kalepa. This individual is also this individual right here, and he's talking about how everyone needs to stay focused on loving your family, taking care of the land, and rebuilding. And in those old ways, when they first came to the island and they were first building, that he said that that's what they did. They took care of their family, they loved their family, they took care of the land, and they built. There's another one, all good things and all good times. 9 days later, he's talking about getting some supplies. He's getting some donations. He just barely found out about Venmo. So things are looking pretty good for him. He's going on a vacation soon. He might as well get out of there since his home is burnt down. And he was talking about going on vacation anyway. So he's going to make the best out of it. This Maui man finds his dog barely alive amid the ashes. But he did find his dog. Here's one escaping within a minute and 11 seconds. Juggernaut Outdoors. Posted 5 days ago. Let's watch this one, guys. Let's see what we can see here. I'm sorry for the delay. We have a really slow internet connection here.
Oh my god, that was hot. You're good.
Oh my god.
Completely surrounded right
You're
there.
good. Go on the right hand side. Yep.
Glad to have steel around me right now.
You're good.
Did you see that right there?
If there's something in the road,
So there was a power line
yep.
possibly down right
If
here,
there's something in the road, I'll get out
and
drag it.
and then there was a crane right there, as if they were working on things that day.
Yep.
I'm not
If
sure.
there's something in the road,
Maybe they
I'll get
brought
out
the
and
power lines
drag
down
it
to
out.
make them slag. I don't know.
Straight.
Holy shit.
Little fires everywhere, little spot fires all around.
Oh,
Somehow these guys escaped. Everyone else got blocked in.
Okay, we're just keeping a cool head. We're coming out of it, it looks like.
that was the correct option.
Yeah, good call. There's a tree across the road.
So I don't know if they went north or where they went, if they went up into the hills, but they were able to escape, guys. So not everyone was able to get out. From what we're hearing now, all the police, and I'm going to try to find the video, but all the police were directing the traffic and going around in circles. It could be one of the videos that says not for broadcast,
You're good.
but I've already broadcasted it.
You're good. Go on the right hand side.
All right, let's see
Yep.
if I can find anything more to talk about today. So, okay, so that was this one here, escaping hashtag Lahaina fire just in time by Juggernaut Outdoors 5 days ago. And yeah, this individual, this is from Cinema Shogun, and he's got a good video here. Let's see if we could actually find that short video that he has in here. This gentleman, he talks about how the police were blocking everything, including the routes to get out onto the highway. For some reason, they were blocking everyone from being able to get out.
Cinema Shogun here, and the stories coming out of Maui are absolutely horrific, but all of these stories share.
So yeah, so that's Cinema Shogun. And okay, so here's the video of the gentleman. I might have to bring up the volume a little bit. All right, so we're gonna share Cinema Shogun's video of a video. All right.
Go ahead and check out this clip.
Going to check on some customers' properties, and all of a sudden, all the roads were being blocked off right in front of me, and from the cops, and I would go to the next street, and that would be blocked off, and the next one, and they just blocked everything off, forced everybody down on Front Street, in which then the flames were coming over our vehicles, not on our vehicles, but the flames were coming over top of our vehicles.
What street do you on at this point in time?
Front Street.
You're on Front Street
Yes.
itself.
Yeah.
So you got directed onto Front Street?
Yeah.
Where did you start when you started this journey?
I was going down the highway, and they blocked it off and wouldn't let me go any further.
So you were coming from Laniapoko?
No, I was coming from Waikuli.
Why? Okay, so you're heading,
Down the
you're
highway.
heading south.
And then they stopped us from going up on the bypass. Then they wouldn't let me go past the bypass to the other exits to go up there.
So you
Then
couldn't go up the bypass?
no. And then all of a sudden they said, everybody's off, get off this highway, go down this way, down into town. Then they started blocking everything off there, and then you were down on Front Street, and I got all the way down to Safeway.
So you got corralled onto
Yes.
Front Street. You
Yes.
started on the Honopegani Highway.
Yes.
And you ended up on Front Street.
Yeah, couldn't go anywhere. They just said,
That's
go
crazy,
north,
huh?
go north, go north. And then when we got on Front Street, embers were coming over
Go
the
north,
building
and then they
landing
keep
on
going
our
like this.
vehicles.
Go
And
north.
We're all in a line trying to
Go
get
in
to
a
the end of
circle.
Front Street to go north, like they told us to, not knowing that the police blocked off the end of Front Street so nobody could move. And then everybody panicked, and they all started.
Wow.
Everybody went up on the sidewalks and through yards, took out the other lane. Nobody, and then all of a sudden, nobody could move anywhere. So all
Wow.
I did was try to inch my way over to another yard and drive up through a sidewalk, come back around, and then I went. The cops were moving around one exit, so I ended up getting up on the highway, even though they tried to direct me another way, and then I hightailed it to home.
So you basically
You
had to
got
climb up
out.
on sidewalks and go against what the cops were telling you could do. You
To get
had to
home.
break traffic laws, essentially.
Basically, yeah.
Right. I'm not saying it's
Yeah,
a bad thing. I'm
yeah.
saying the only way to do it was to cross that line,
Yeah, well, yeah, 'cause
essentially.
nobody could move and nobody knew where to go, and I said, I'm getting out of here no matter what.
Right.
I went. And then they started following me, and then I got to my house, and
And your house is where?
Waikuli was right by the chart house, just across.
Look,
See? So that's what I'm talking about right there, guys. A lot of stories of people who are saying they got rerouted, that the police were blocking them off. And there's videos of one individual that I was watching a few days ago, and I highlighted that. And you can see some of the power lines already down. Like in that last video, you can see the crane up there with the power line, and there's no fire right there where the power line is. But for some reason, that power line's already down, and it's not really that windy yet at that point. Let's see what else happened. So that was this one here. Wow, law enforcement blocked people from escaping Maui fires and directed them, I think he meant to put them, towards the flames. And then this one right here, this is a full interview of this individual from Hawaii Real Estate. And I believe what we were just watching on Cinema Shogun's video was a Hawaii Real Estate's video. And so this one here, he runs into this guy known as Fish from Maui. And let's take a listen. I'm going to share this out. Because he tells a lot about it too. And what happened. Just make sure it's not too loud. I don't want to blast my wife and my child. They're sleeping right now, but I've been thinking about this all day, and I really wanted to cover what I was watching or what I was uncovering today.
Dude, do you know how many people are asking about you, bro? Do you know? Look, it just showed up.
Found Fish.
Bro, are you okay, man? Are you okay? Oh, bro, I can't believe you just walked up on me. Bro.
That's
okay?
cool. He didn't know he survived or not. It's the first time I saw him, so that's really
By
cool.
the way, if you guys don't know who this is Fish. He's been sitting next to Cheeseburger in Paradise, selling the most awesome stuff, right, for years. He's a
He makes these
he's
hats
like a
and
legend.
sells
And,
them.
everyone loves
Pretty
Fish.
cool.
And Fish loves everybody. He's one of the wisest people that I know. Can you tell your story, man? You got time? You feeling all right? Or I know it's the middle of the day and it's hot.
Well, I went to Safeway late because the wind was blowing, so I wouldn't be able to read that night. And electricity was off. It took me about an hour and a half to just get some orange juice. And so it was about 4 o'clock, and I went out and I saw the fire, and you couldn't even see the gateway because it was covered with smoke. And everyone's standing around just looking. And I said, I think we should get out of here because
Yeah,
the speed of the
people are
wind,
walking
we could be
away
here in 2 minutes.
casually.
So I went around back to Front Street, and all the cars were lined up, but none of them were moving. And I walked all the way from Safeway to the Chart House. Not one car had moved. And I was wondering what was stopping the traffic. Well, it was a policeman. And I got to the end and I looked up north. There were no obstructions. There was no reason to keep those cars.
Are you serious?
I'm serious as a heart attack. And I said, what are you doing? He goes, well, I'm under order to keep them here. And I said, the fire is right around Safeway. It's going to get...
So just real quick. So he's saying that he saw the officer blocking traffic. Then beyond the officer, as he got out on foot, because he's just walking, he notices that there's nothing up ahead for them to be blocking him from. There's no fire, there's no obstructions, there's no nothing. So why were the officers blocking him? And I want to point out that when I first started watching this individual here, who goes by Hawaii Real Estate, and I forget his name, because he's in real estate, I wasn't sure to trust him or what he was all about. So I subscribed to him to kind of keep track and watch what he's doing. And in his first few videos, he was telling everyone in the live that we need to not talk about these conspiracy theories, and we need to not rush to conclusions about this and about that. And it's like at that point, we were already hearing that people were getting blocked off and that there was no way out. And it was like, every man and woman and child for themselves. And then all these horrific stories about the children being in the school or being, dismissed from school that day. And so they were all at home by themselves while their parents were at work. And this individual was talking about how, don't rush to conclusions and all this stuff. And now he's hearing it from Fish, from this individual who he finds, with a lot of wisdom and very, a very wise man, wise soul. And he's hearing the story for the first time now. And he's like, wait a minute, like, you gotta be kidding me. And so now in this video, it's the first video of him speaking with Fish. And in his next video that he just uploaded a few hours ago, he's finally talking about how the police blocked all the vehicles. So he woke up to what we've been talking about, that yeah, this stuff is real, that there are people who are extremely sinister and they'll do all kinds of crazy stuff to further their own agenda. So let's continue this so you can hear more of this crazy situation as Fish is testifying to it.
Front Street, these people gotta get out of here. And he's like, I'm following orders.
No way.
And so I just kept walking. Well, maybe he knows something I don't, So, and I keep walking down the highway, and I look behind, no cars are coming out. I walked all the way to White Tule Beach, still no cars coming out.
Just following
and I started
orders.
hearing boom, boom, boom. Then I heard people screaming and stuff.
You're saying they were blockaded in by the police at the end of Front Street?
Yeah.
Like where the restaurant is?
Yeah, man.
Where the chart house was, I should say. There was a blockade there, and they could not go any.
From Safeway to there, not
That's
one
what we've been
car
saying in
moved.
your comment
And
section,
people
brother.
walking in front of me, the people in the cars
Been trying to
saying,
tell
"Would
you."
like a ride?" And they go, "Oh, okay," and they get in. They ask me, "No, you better get out of here," but they just, well, we were told to evacuate by car. I was okay, so I just kept walking, and I got all the way to, like I said, the Civic Center, and then I started hearing all the explosions, and there was no one walking behind me or on bicycles or anything. And I just,
Dude, that is unbelievable.
I had no idea.
Yeah, that's ridiculous.
Until the next day when I walked down there to what had happened. I said, oh my
He finds
So
it unbelievable.
Did you
Yeah.
go up north to your place?
He's finally hearing it from someone there who saw it happen.
And then you came down to Front Street, or the fire? Because I know the fire burned right above your place. Did it get close to you?
It got to the Civic Center, right where the tennis courts are at, all around through there. That's where they stopped it.
Wow. So if people here want to help you, I know you're not. Are you online? Do you have a Venmo? Do you have any kind of online account of any kind whatsoever? Nothing. So guys, if you want to help Fish directly, Lahaina Fire Fund, and then put Fish in the comments section, and every donation that comes in will go directly to Fish. So there's a way you can make a comment, put the word Fish, and we'll make sure he gets every penny, because he doesn't have, they're not tracking. There's one guy they're not tracking on planet Earth, trust me. So anyway, what's happened since, man? What can you tell us? Part of this channel is to tell people what's actually going
That's
on.
Lahaina Fire Fund.
That you've seen since.
.com,
you think's
right
important
there.
for people to know?
No, just a lot of aloha.
Yeah.
Lots of aloha. Never seen such aloha in my life.
Wow. And you've been here how many years?
Well, I've been here 16 years
This time. How many times before that?
So crazy, man, these stories.
Yeah. So you're seeing an outpouring of aloha. That's awesome, man. That's
So
what I
the
want
community
to
is
do.
all
That's
coming
what everybody
together,
wants to
guys. Everyone's coming together. The officials are dropping the
do.
ball.
What's the plan now, man?
But
Your
the
place
community
set up
is
next to the roof,
organized.
right?
They're coming
Backyard. I
together.
know you like the,
Their boots
yeah,
on the
He
ground.
doesn't like to be
They
around
figured
all
out how
the
to get supplies to the other side of the
materials,
island when they
gassing
weren't
off, right?
allowed to drive there or get there. They took boats around the island and they got supplies to the people
So
in
your
need.
place did get burned?
No, it just got blown apart by the wind.
I got you.
So, but I had a spare tent. It took me about 10 hours to set up. You're setting up in the wind, it's not easy.
Yeah. Well, you can come over to my place anytime. You can set up inside, outside, on the lanai. We got food. We got everything, bro. Anything you need, man. I'm gonna give you a bunch of money too, because these people are gonna donate a bunch of money to you. I know you don't need it, but you can do with it whatever you want. By the way, Fish has got lots of money. Don't. Looks are deceptive, right? He works hard. So, anything you want to say to the people, man?
Aloha and God bless. And,
So where you going now?
get some food and water.
Okay. You need a ride?
No, it's just right across the street.
You want to come over to my place later?
That's okay. Still need a lot of stuff going through my head. And I'm used to working every day, and I'll spend 6
It's got to
days.
decompress
Yeah.
all this
I
stuff.
leave, but
There's still palms you can find, yeah?
oh, well, that was a frustrating thing. That's beautiful fish leaf, and then the next day, the fire comes, and the wind, the fronds. I've never seen so many fronds on the ground, and
Yeah.
they fall everywhere. And I went, this is frustrating.
Yeah.
Just beautiful palms, high quality, and now I got nothing.
Yeah.
It's, okay, so
glad you're alive, man.
So I guess he makes the hats out of the palms, the palm leaves, the palm trees. So that's what the story is, guys. Is that the local officials, the police were ordered to stop the vehicles from leaving, from getting out. This is another one, AMTV. I believe his name is Chris. I'm not 100%. He has the Maui Relief and the Island Project. I'm not 100% certain on everything that he's got going on, but you may want to check him out. I commented that, you know, if he's able to really do some investments, maybe he can start investing in Lahaina to hold on to it, to put it aside, so then he can just give it back to the people of the island. And he commented back, definitely. So maybe that's something that he can do. I'm not sure. They're trying to help save the banyan tree and aerate the soil and do everything they can for it. Joe Biden is set to visit, or he already did, and offered like $700 one-time gift. And that's one thing, is you got to be real careful if you're taking any sort of donations or gifts or anything from FEMA. It could be a one-time deal, and then you may not be allowed or eligible to be part of the lawsuit that may come later, to where that's when you really get your home replaced and everything that you lost replaced at that point. And then this here, Lahaina families hold a press conference to address community disaster response. And this was a very emotional press conference with the locals there, talking about how they need the government officials and everyone to include the locals there in the rebuild, and to give them time, to allow them to mourn and to grieve before trying to just start these new plans on rebuilding right away. Like, let them have a moment of silence. Like, step away, get off the island for a minute. Just hold on, hold back. But, you know, that's the whole reason why this happened, is the land grab, and everyone's trying to get their hands in the cookie jars right now. And, you know, it's going to be a really tough fight for all the locals. And, you know, having to go through this whole loss of community, of you know, loss of loved ones, and then having to try to fight these individuals who are trying to take your land. So you've lost everything, and you got people coming in and try to steal from you. From, like, you've already lost everything except for the land, the ground below you, and now they're trying to take that from under you. Also, I forgot to mention this. There are individuals who didn't lose their homes, and apparently they're living in condos, and they're getting evicted. Like today or yesterday. It's now midnight, past midnight. It's 1 a.m. here in Albuquerque, New Mexico. But they are getting evicted. They have 45 days to evacuate, to leave. Like, how horrible is that? You know, everyone else just lost everything. Now you're going to evict people from condos that are perfectly fine? Like, I don't know what's going on there. So there's a lot of horrible things that are going on, you guys. I did want to find that one video that we were sharing from a few days ago, where, you know, I wonder if that's it right here. 41 minutes in. That could be it. Let me see if it's at the beginning where he's just driving in on the highway, and he's watching like cyclones. He's zoomed in watching the cyclones in the water there. Then we know this is the video. But it's 41 minutes, so we're not going to sit here and watch the whole thing. And yeah, this is it. So this is him. So he's got a lot of stuff going on here. The day started with, oh, let me see if I can rewind that just a little bit. day started with high winds from a hurricane offshore, which created cyclones like you see here. So off in the distance, you can see little cyclones in the water that are coming up when he's driving in. And eventually he drives into town. We'll see if we can get a couple little timestamps here. I kept trying to find a clear route to the highway, but no go. So he kept driving in circles, and then they kept rerouting him. So this is when, he's not even trying to get away from a fire. He's driving into town, and then he gets routed into the city, and he's trying to get back onto the highway, and he can't find his way out. So he drove directly into some crazy stuff going on here. And let's see, right here is when you can see like some dust. He doesn't know there's a fire at that point. He thinks, just dirt or dust. Let me see what this time stamp says here. You can see the winds are pretty high at that point and blowing things around. There's another little stamp there. So I think, was it at this point here? Yeah, I think at this point is when he notices that there is a fire. He's got to get out. Rerouted down to Front Street again. You can hear a power line hit the top of the car. So at this point, he's driving through, and there's power lines down already. You can hear it hit the top of the car. So why are they rerouting them to places where there's power lines? So that's the thing, is if the police are trying to reroute them from going through dangerous areas, why are they rerouting them through places like that? And then just keep going in circles and in circles. I think at this point is when he realizes that they're getting rerouted in circles here.
Smoke drifting up from behind us out over the ocean.
He's just stuck in traffic.
Pretty crazy.
He doesn't realize the urgency at this point. Okay, now this is when he finally realizes there's a fire that way, and there's power lines above them, and they're not moving. They're at a standstill right here. And he barely edges to get to a point where he runs out of his vehicle. Gets crazy. He abandons his vehicle. Like, he's still stuck right there. And he finally abandons his vehicle and then runs out. But I was hoping to see one of the times when, like, they get rerouted by the police. Because it seemed like there was nothing really going on at that time, but they were still getting rerouted for some reason. I don't know. You should check it out. Maui Lahaina Wildfire Escape by Jonathan Herzog. So those are all the videos that I have for you guys. There is so much that's going on with this fire and everything that's been happening. And one other thing, I've been sharing a lot of stuff here on my channel. So let's go over to the Glassman's World, and I want to show you here. So I'm always going live instead of uploading videos. So I wish that this was actually, maybe I could manage it and move it over here. And then the community, if you go to the community tab, you'll be able to find a lot of the different posts that I put up all day. I'm only 5 subscribers away from 700, guys. 5 away. Only 700. Okay, so I shared this one, Lahaina Families Hold Press Conference. This is a good place to donate. I figured out um, who posted this and that it's all legit and good. So if you want to help out, go to the lauifoundation.org. Security video appears to show what triggered this. So I'm archiving this. Was this a power line or something else? I think that was a flash or a burst, and then something happened. Now this here. So after we have the Maui burst, then comes the Baja blast and Caribbean splash next. They're talking about the Hurricane Hillary coming in, which is supposed to reach landfall Sunday or Monday in California around the LA County area. And on the other side in the Atlantic, we also have stuff coming towards the Caribbean. So it's kind of like, I was just kind of joking about this whole stuff with Mountain Dew, kind of joking about it. And you can see I posted it up a few days ago. Let me see if I can find it here. Oh, that gentleman and the dog. He tried to protect the dog, his friend's dog, and he ended up not making it out. Talking about the fire chief, first few seconds of the video that we just watched earlier. Locals tell what's really happening. I know I posted that up somewhere. And then we heard about this. And then I don't know where they come up with this. The fatalities is expected to be more than 500, but less than 1,000. Many will be children who are home because they canceled school. So that's and I don't know where they're coming up with those numbers. More than 500, less than 1,000. Why would they already have that? So I started talking about the Mountain Dew Maui burst. A lot of people are talking about this, guys. And then I was also bringing up the whole the Caribbean splash and Baja blast. I'm like, okay, well, are these like little clues to show us what's next? Code Red, Livewire. There's another one that we just saw today called Blackout, I think. I'm like, uh-oh. And it's got meteors or asteroids on it. Like, does that mean that that's going to happen? And then Spark. So, I don't know. I don't know what's going on with all this, but apparently we now have a Baja blast coming up. And it's going to hit us pretty soon, guys. It's pretty interesting. So, Hurricane Hillary to impact in just a few days. So that's just a few things that I've been kind of covering. I know that they are they're organizing as best they can with all the supplies. I know they need a lot of they need like Starlinks for internet. They also need a lot of here, let me bring this back. And they also need things like the generators, solar panels, anything to give them electricity or to help them with charging up their phones and getting them into communication with one another. I believe that food and water, they're really good with right now, but people do need other things. Going into the places that are burned, people do need respirators or some kind of really good a face mask or something like that. People need money. People need donations so they can rebuild, so they can get vehicles, so they can drive around. I'm not really sure like how to help out these individuals besides sending them love and prayers, and if you have donations, to go on ahead and send them donations. I believe I covered everything that I can right now or need to. We'll see what the local officials, what Governor Green is going to do, and and we're just going to keep on following this whole situation as it unfolds day by day. We're going to be hit hard really soon again once we learn as the death toll continues to rise to that 501,000 mark. And if they're saying that it is the largest in U.S. history, the Chicago fire was a little more than 1,000 casualties. So if it's going to be bigger than that, then those are the numbers that we're looking at, guys. And a lot of them are going to be children. And that's going to be the hardest thing for the community. Me personally, I would tell all the government officials and everyone to just get off that island now before that news comes out, because people are going to be really upset, and it's going to be another round of grieving and mourning, and people are going to be really upset. So I don't know what else to say, guys. We'll continue following this. Thank you for watching. Thank you for liking and subscribing. Please be sure to share this, and make sure you share out the playlist that I have for you on the Maui fires here. And that's about it. Thanks for watching. I'm Dan, the Glass Man. You're watching the Glass Man's World. You guys have a beautiful night.